September 11th, 2001. Nearly 3,000 New Yorkers' lives were brutally taken away from them by Islamic jihadists fighting in the name of Allah and His Prophet Muhammad. Following what the Quran says about going forth and partaking in jihad and going after the kuffar, all you really got to do is listen to what the man himself, Osama bin Laden, had to say. But according to Zohran Mamdani, the real tragedy was how the vibes of his aunt felt. Now, mind you, I was raised a Muslim in the wake of 9/11, in a predominantly Muslim area. This idea where he's feeling like, where he was claiming in this clip, but you can see the whole clip, it's there, talking about how there's division and there's indignity for the Muslim. That's all BS. There honestly has never been a time that I can remember in my lifetime with how united the United States was. There wasn't division. The U.S. used to be different than it is right now. But hey, that's not the point. The point is that Zohran Mamdani wants us to know is widows, NYPD widows, the fire department, New York City Fire Department widows, these people, move aside. The real person that should be mourning, the real victim, is Zohran Mamdani and the feelings of Muslims.
I want to use this moment to speak to the Muslims of New York City. I want to speak to the memory of my aunt. Who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab. I want to speak to the Muslim who works for our city. Whether they teach in our schools or walk the beat for the NYPD. New Yorkers who all make daily sacrifices for the city they call home, only to see their leaders spit in their face. To be Muslim in New York is to expect indignity. But indignity does not make us distinct. There are many New Yorkers who face it. It is the tolerance of that indignity that does.
Zohran Mamdani wants to capitalize on the feelings of people. This man, he's not genuine. He doesn't give a flying crap about 9/11. He doesn't give a flying crap about New York City. He was raised in Uganda, came when he was 7 years old, doesn't know what a struggle is if the struggle came and smacked him upside his head, and he wants to go and complain, we need free this, free. Who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for it? Is your father going to pay? Is his father going to go ahead and pay for this stuff? No, it's going to be the New Yorkers, and then the one that he wants to tax high up the butt, they're going to move out, and then who's going to be stuck paying the $15 coffee, and then it's going to be the regular Joe Schmo that's really trying to make ends meet. And then that small businesses end up going to shut down because how are they going to keep it up? But anyways, economics is foreign to these blue-haired liberals. Anyways, economics, who cares? We just want free. Now, he thinks that the Muslim just wants to be treated like any other New Yorker. Like anybody else. What is he actually saying, though, about just tolerating indignity? Muslims can play their adhan in the streets. They're out in the streets praying, blocking traffic in New York City. Nobody's stopping them. So what is he actually saying?
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker. And yet for too long we have been told to ask for less than that.
This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be a part of, Islam. And we will not stop until it enters every home.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house. We have to be a part of that change.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
The Prophet says, the first thing you do is call them to Islam. If they accept it, leave them. Khalas, they're Muslims, we go. If they refuse, then tell them Allah obliged upon you to pay taxation. If they refuse, then we have to fight. And if we fight you, then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land, and you take where, because you refuse, I give you two good options.
The dream of every Muslim is simply...
No, there's got to be outliners, because Mamdani says that Muslims just want to be treated like any other New Yorker. They sound like, these are Muslims. They sound like they want to take over the world. Like, one of them even said that they want to make United States a Muslim country and Russia a Muslim country. So they sounded like they want to take over the world. Other bro said that you have good two choices. You know, if you don't choose one of these choices, you got... No, this can't be all of them. This can't be common. These are just the outline. These are just them over there. Is it though? Let's continue.
Be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
But for the European white people complaining about immigration and Islam, first of all, I want to tell you that Islam is going to take over every single square inch of the globe.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
You don't get in politics because it's the American thing to do. You get involved in politics because politics can be a weapon to use to aid the cause of Islam. You get involved in politics because politics can be a weapon to use to aid the cause of Islam.
Wait, what? Siraj Waj? Buddy-buddied with Zohran Mamdani? Homie just said he used politics as a weapon. Blue-haired liberals in New York City that's gonna vote for Mamdani because they want free bus rides. Are you prepared to be a dhimmi? Is there more?
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
فالقيادة الإسلامية قادمة شاء من شاء وأبى من أبى. كل الذي يطالب به المشايخ والدعاة والعلماء هو أن يعود الإسلام يحكم في الأرض.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
Okay, you know the other argument is, okay, so if you don't like it here, go to your own country.
How can you tell us to go? We're not going nowhere. We are here to stay. Like I said, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
والله لو أخرجنا اليهود من فلسطين لو أخرجناهم من فلسطين وأخرجناهم من بيت المقدس دون أن يسلموا ولو ذهبوا آخر العالم سنلاحقهم وسندعوهم إلى الإسلام وندعو بوجه الإسلام وندعو جميع النصارى للإسلام. نعم ديننا دين الرحمة.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
But when you say, like you said in your speech in France, you said things like, we will conquer the world, we will have the flag at the White House. You got to understand, people get, they get scared of that. They get pushed back from that. I mean, you're saying we're going to take over your country. And maybe you're not saying that, but maybe Quran says that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that. Why? Of course. My Quran said it and I'm repeating it. Of course. We will take over. Of course we will take over. But just if we look at the numbers, of course we will take over.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
ونبشرهم بأننا على موعد أن نفتح روما كما فتحت القسطنطينية وكما ستفتح ثانية. إننا على موعد أن نحكم العالم كما قال الحبيب المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم. ونقولها الآن ستنتهي أمريكا وأوروبا المتحدة ولن يبقى إلا قوة الإسلام المتصاعدة.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
Of course, there are hadith and predictions of the Prophet that before the end of the world, Muslims, inshallah, will rule the world.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised us victory over these major powers. One of the promises of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that the day of judgment will not happen until Islam prevails and we become victorious and we will rule the whole world.
The dream of every Muslim is simply to be treated the same as any other New Yorker. And yet for too long we have been told to ask for less than that.
Well, now that New York City has a possibility of turning into a Sharia hellhole, let's get acquainted by, how New York City may look. All right. So maybe one of the things that may happen, and it may happen like maybe in the first week or first day or whatever, of Mamdani's takeover, the Islamic takeover of New York City, there may be some Sharia speed bumps, okay? And maybe Mamdani's traffic plan is to replace yellow cabs with halal Uber. But the catch is, women won't be able to take a ride on an Uber after the Maghrib prayer. Duh, it's too dark. What is she, a whore? Sister, yeah, sister, it's Aisha time, after even the Maghrib. Bonus, where every pothole comes with a complimentary fatwa. If you know, you know. There may also be a pork ban. So, on day one, there will be a pork ban. All pork canceled. No more pork bacon. Look at the crying people. Is this really what you want? Do you really want a pork ban? Because this is what's going to happen in Mamdani's New York City. May possibly rename Central Park into Medina Plaza. At that week 1, week 2, he dresses the Statue of Liberty with the whole burqa and replaces the torch with the miswak. Maybe by the end, Ramadan, a whole city where it turns out to be like a Muslim country during Ramadan, where you're not a Muslim, you have to at least make it look like you're fasting. Maybe. Now imagine Mamdani riding around Wall Street on a horse, horse, with a bell, and it's labeled on it, Zakat Collection, New York. You survived Bloomberg, de Blasio, Adams, and the giant rat in the subway. Don't trade your concrete jungle for a jihadi.